What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review of this week's episode of the Junji Ito collection. Apologies for the lateness of this review. I was supposed to get this out yesterday, but I completely forgot that this episode was airing. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But hey, you're getting it now, and also expect a review of The Commuter, most likely later today or tomorrow. So let us begin. Oh, but guys, actually, before I start up with this week's episode, you guys may have remembered, if you guys saw last week, you guys remember how strangely comedic that episode was, the first episode of this series. Excuse me. And so I did a little research, and apparently I saw Chibi Reviews' review of the first episode. I read his comments, and apparently the reason the episode was so funny, or that short story was so funny, is because actually Junji Ito wanted to originally be a comic mangaka. Yes, Junji Ito wanted to do comedy. Yes, I'm just as shocked as you. But yeah, let's tell this episode. So we start with our MC. He's walking down the street talking about like, man, today feels really bad. My hunter's usually right, and he ends up, hitting like a sign, and you'll get a little bit of Junji Ito's comedy in this episode, but nowhere near as much as it was in last one. This one is definitely a lot more horror focused, and definitely had the creep. Definitely gave me the creeps. So then he ow, and then he walks, and then he tries to get back up, but hits the sign again. So then he's, kicking it at like some restaurant, smoking his cigarettes. I thought restaurants didn't let you smoke inside. Oh, whatever. So he's looking through this magazine, this fashion magazine, full of models, and he stumbles around this old hag that looks creepy as fuck. And he's like, ugh, why is this old hag in this magazine? So after he's done in the restaurant, we see him in his bed. He's trying to get some sleep, but can't, because every time he closes his eyes, he sees that face. And they'd keep any man up. So if he can't sleep, he tells his director, because he's currently working on some amateur movie, some indie movie or something. He's a script writer. He's talking, I'm guessing the director, and he's talking hey, he's telling hey, bro, you should need to get back on the script, and then he's like, sorry, I'm late, but check. So later on, then he tells some other people the same story, but eventually the memory starts to fade, and he can, do his work again. So then they start casting. They got some photos of girls. One of them is a cute girl, and they pick her. And another one is the ugly hag that we saw in the magazine. He's like, oh, that's her. And he's like, and then there's like, let's cast her. Yes, that's what you do. They cast her. But yeah, so they cast her. So they cast her, and then we get to the where they're meeting up with the actress and the director Oda. Yes, his name is Oda. One Piece up in here, okay. And he's very much saying he won't show how cute the other chick is. Then we see the creepy chick come in, and when I saw, I was like, the power of Christ compels you. 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 God damn, I'm like, get out of here, woman, you filthy demon. The power of Christ compels you. And so the MC and the director are pretty much talking, and they're pretty just talking about the cast and whatnot. And so he's talking about that. Then we actually get some really clever foreshadowing. He's talking about how tall she is, she won't fit in the frame, and he said she might eat our star up. Which I was like, that's foreshadowing something. And guess what? It is. So they keep chatting. So they get in the car. And they're very just driving to their destination to film deep in the mountains away from people. Yes, just a very good place. And so they're just chatting. One of the guys working there asks him, he says, "Oh, deep in the mountains away from me," and they looks in the rearview mirror, which is looking right at the crazy, the ugly, the weird chick's eyes. And he's like, "Oh, so it is a horror movie." Then everyone starts laughing, and then she starts laughing. By the way, stellar voice acting from the Japanese voice actor that plays Fuchi, I believe his name is, or I'm probably butchering it. Fuchi. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to listening to the dub. Funimation dub for this series, because I'm definitely curious how Funimation is going to handle these characters. So that's going to be a very interesting dub to watch. I can't wait for that. Anyway. So she starts like, and then she opens her mouth, and at 18, it's fucking fangs. If I open like, oh hell no, I would have jumped out that car and used the speed force to get the fuck out. Cause I'm like, I'm not dying today. No, no, no. Speed force activate. I'll be out of there like a flash. So they're on. So the MC, he starts to feel he wants to get out because anyone will get away from her. So he's like, hey, I'm saying I'm just gonna go drink some water at the river. And so he walks, just walks into the forest, and then he looks behind her, and there she is. We get a huge close up on her face, her eyes, and he's just like, he's like, no, fuck this. And he starts sprinting, and she starts chasing after him, and this is when I was like, oh god, yep, this is Junji. Okay, I'm starting to get really creeped out right about now. So he hides behind one of the trees while she's still, chasing after him. He manages to escape her. So, after that, then he gets back to everyone's like, tell him we need to get the fuck out right now. We need to get the fuck out right now. And like, oh, but what about her? Like, screw her, she's a demon. Let's leave now. But they're like, nah. So, they film another scene, they say cut, and, she's just like, hey, when are we gonna film my scenes? Like, oh yeah, sorry about that. So the director calls for a break. They strategize. The three dudes strategize in the woods about what to do with her. And then one of the other guys working there, the dude with the glasses, runs up there and says, hey, Fuchishi or whatever is eating the girl, the cute girl. He's like, and everyone's like, yeah. He's like saying like, she's straight up eating her. So they check. There's blood stains on rocks. So yeah, she did kill him. And then she finds them, and then they all start running because like we see her fangs are covered in blood. She hungry. And so yeah, they're all running, they're running. One of them gets caught. The MC trips and he's like, oh, we're finally alone. That's where the short story ends, with a cliffhanger that will probably never get resolved on whether or not, he managed to escape or did he get eaten by her. And so that leads us to the second short story. Now this short story is definitely a lot more, I guess, psychological horror based in this one because it deals with dreams and the fear of death. So we start a short story off with this girl. She's just like, no, I'm gonna die, because she has a disease that's real failed. I guess it's probably some type of cancer. So she's really fearing she's really fearing death. And this guy, and then someone creeps up to her door, and she's like, no. And so the doctors show up, and she's like, no, that's not the. She's like, I can't fear death. I don't want to die. I can see the Grim Reaper. He's like, he's not the Grim Reaper. He's a patient from the world. He's like, no, he is a demon. He's a creature from the dark beyond. And so. That's her story. We really don't see really much of this in this short story. She's kind of there. But the main story definitely focuses on the guy that has long dream, which we start talking about now. So, the doctors start talking about the girl and the dude. And why is my phone blowing up? Anyway. So, they start a flashback of when he came into the hospital. He's like, hey, doc, I've been having really long dreams that last, like, a year. That feel like they last, like, a year long, and they've just been getting longer since. So he does something, so he does tests on his brother, I guess, examines him, tests on him, he starts examining him, seeing what makes him tick. Yeah, and so the dreams, the dreams do get longer and longer and longer to the point where he believes that he's struggling to distinguish fantasy from reality, whether he's in a dream world or in real world. It's kind of like it's kind of like Inception almost, where you didn't know if you were in the real world, the fantasy world, unless you had like them spinning tops, like Leo did. So it's a little way kind of like Inception. So yeah. He pretty much the dream, and then later on throughout this short story, the dreams do get longer, longer, and longer, and longer, to the point where where his body starts changing. And this is when Junji really gets at it with his artwork. And so he starts wandering, so he thinks like, where's my wife? Because he's like really struggling to remember, the reality, because he's, because the dreams last so long. They go from, like, a year to 10 years to hundreds of years. They get really long. And I can definitely see that fucking someone's brain up. Um, so, his face starts getting really deformed. He starts to one in the hospital looking for his wife, Mamai. It was on Mamai, I think I said, which is actually the girl that's dealing with, like, the disease. He's like, Mamai, and she's like, ah, screaming her love. She's screaming. Eventually, the dreams get so long that he and then dreaming an endless dream, which means his mind pretty much just got lost, and his body just decomposes and blows in the wind. But the doctor finds these crystal fragments in his from the remains. He studies them, and it looks like that's what gave him the endless dreams. And you know what he does? He actually gives the girl with the disease those same crystal parts so that she could dream endless dreams, because she's so fearful of death. I guess it's the only way you could think of to maybe ease her pain, which she ends up also husking away and dying too. Which it's very interesting. I'm really loving these short stories. Junji Ito definitely makes you think. This man is very adaptable. I mean, he does comedy really well. He does horror great. He does psychological horror pretty damn good as well. I mean, Junji Ito, he is definitely the GOAT of mangakas from what I've seen. I can definitely see people consider him the GOAT of horror mangakas. So my final verdict for this episode is a 10 out of 10. Great shit. I'm so hyped to see next week. See what else Junji, and hopefully by then I remember to actually upload this video on Friday instead of on Saturday morning like I am today. But yeah, so yeah guys, that is the end of my review. So definitely stay tuned for a review of The Commuter later today, or maybe tomorrow. I'm debating when. I'm not really sure when we're actually gonna see The Commuter, but we are seeing The Commuter. The Commuter, and also guys, actually yesterday, I actually saw Leatherface, the prequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I saw it with my dad. He got it from the Redbox. I watched it, and it was enjoyable. It's not really one of the best in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Out of the four I've seen, which is the original, the prequel, the original, the remake from 2003, and the prequel to the remake 2003, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, and Leatherface, this is definitely the weakest out of the four. It's not bad. People said, this movie fucking sucks. This movie's terrible. I didn't really ever have that really many expectations for this movie. It was kind of I'll give it a watch. I like Texas Chainsaw, so we're going to see Leatherface as a kid. That should be interesting. And, I mean, it's okay. It's okay, guys. But if you end up skipping this movie, you're not really missing much. But yeah, I give that movie like a 7 out of 10. Honestly, guys, it's not one of the best horror movies out of the time. But if you're looking for an enjoyable slasher movie that you can enjoy in your Fantastic Chainsaw, keep your expectations low. Maybe grab some beers and your friends and have a good time. So yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, and also, guys, I'm also been playing the Dragon Ball Fighter Z public beta. Yeah, it drops today, so I'm gonna play the fuck out of that. Do a couple matches, so you'll probably see we're gonna have footage for that in my Commuter review. And yeah, see you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter if you like. Link to the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.